Hello, welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm teacher Oakley. And as we're doing here on Verbling, welcome to Verbling, by the way. Here on Verbling, I am teaching a class about idioms at this particular time slot for the next few days. And today we are going to learn some new idioms to discuss family. Idioms that we use in reference to our families, or talking with our families, or talking about our families. As usual, my idioms classes, students will take turns trying to do some exercises, fill in the blank exercises. And as we go along, I will try to point out other idioms that are used for the same purpose, as well as try to point out the situational use of these idioms. Today that's fairly easy because we're talking about family, but a lot of idioms are used in certain circumstances, business, recreation, family, conversation, etc. Or maybe even as a response. There are idioms that are really only ever used as a response, idioms that are only used as like advice, idioms that are only spoken in first person or only spoken in third person. Anyway, I'll try to point out those kind of specifics about the idioms as we go along. And in addition, and maybe most importantly, I really am anxious to hear from my students about similar idioms in your culture, idioms that may serve the same purpose or similarly worded. And share those with the class, please. And any questions, you can ask a question anytime in my classes. Okay, before we get started, let me welcome Max and Heidi. Heidi and Max. Hi, Max.
Hello again.
Hello again. Hello, Heidi.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. It's just we're having some kind of Max and Heidi only special today. Okay. Where's everybody else today? That's fine. Anyway, all right. We're going to look at the first of all. The first thing I want to look at are some keywords, the literal meanings of some keywords, which are they going to pop up again when we're actually playing around with our idioms. So it's always a good idea to understand the important nouns or verbs, especially in the idioms. Helps kind of paint the picture of the idea. It helps to kind of think about the origin of the idiom and kind of paint a picture of your mind. May help you remember it as well. So we're going to start out with some literal meanings here. Hang on, and I'll pull up a screen share. Here we go. Okay. First, some literal meanings. We're very simple. We're just gonna, you guys are gonna take turns reading the sentence and filling in the blank with the best possible word up above here, written in bold italics up here. Okay, Max, starting with you. Number one.
Your head hurt.
Heart.
Heart. Okay. Your heart pumps your blood through your body.
I hope so. Yeah.
Interesting. Pump, like verb. I think it's like noun. Okay.
Oh, it could be. Oh no, it could be a noun or a verb. In fact, you can use a pump, noun, to pump, verb.
Okay.
A pump pumps. Yeah, the action that a pump does is the verb as well. So there you go. Yeah. Okay. Obviously, yeah. Heart moves blood through the body. Okay, Heidi. How about number two?
Peace grow in a peace grow.
Peas.
Peace. Chalk?
Well, no.
Peace.
P.
Exact peace.
Well, okay. This has actually come up a lot. This is why we do the literal meanings.
Peace grow in what?
For some reason, when I'm teaching English, and I have a hard time with this word peas, which seems like a very obvious thing to me.
Okay. Pod.
Pod, yes, okay.
Okay.
All right. Peas are the little round green things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They grow all in a row inside a little pod.
Pod is a shell.
It's like a shell for a plant.
Okay, I got it.
That's right. That's right. So they grow inside the little round things, green, and for some reason, many second language speakers insist on calling them beans, which I suppose they are a form of legume. They belong to the family, but English speakers have lots of different kinds of beans. Wax beans, green beans, yellow beans, string beans. Lots of they're usually very long vegetables. But we call, in English, we kind of don't really think about peas as being a type of bean, although they truly actually are.
Green peas.
Green peas, right. Oh, there's also yellow peas, I think. In any case, yeah, green peas. They grow inside a pod, and if you ever were gardening, and you're taking the peas out of the pod, now very small green peas. What are they called? Oh, I forget, but you can eat the whole pea pod. It's sweet peas. You can eat the whole pea pod. But the bigger ones, you have to shell them. And Heidi mentioned the pod is like a shell on a plant. That's right. And the action or the verb, when you take your thumb and you pop all the peas out of the pod, you're shelling peas. I remember as a kid.
Peanuts is a pea or nut?
Peanut. Well, peanuts actually have absolutely nothing to do with beans or peas in reality, because they're actually a root. And they have nothing to do with nuts. They have nothing to do with peas. They have nothing to do with nuts. They're a lot closer to a legume, actually. But they're the roots, I believe. In any case, yeah, peanuts have absolutely nothing to do with peas or nuts, really. Okay, a pod. All right, again, like a plant-like shell. Anybody here, or anybody who's just entered, does anybody know another use of the word pod? Totally different. It has to do with
iPod.
iPod. Yeah, okay.
Group of some sea animals.
Yeah, very good. Sea animals like dolphins and whales travel in a group.
Like a school of fish like that.
Yeah, well, dolphins and whales in particular. Actually, not even fish. They're mammals. But in any case, they travel in a pod. The group is called a pod. Yeah, okay. But, yeah, I guess iPod. I don't know. All right, let me, some others have come in while I was yakking away, so let me quickly welcome Bakri. Hello, Bakri.
Hello.
Again.
What is the time is it in Philippines right now? It's 2 p.m.?
It is. Very good. You are correct. Also, Nader is with us. Hello again, Nader. Welcome, welcome. I don't know. Are you chatting? There you go. Okay. I see it. Hi. Hi. And Ismail. Hi, Ismail. Nice to have you here. Hello. Okay, we're looking. Hello. Okay, we're looking at some literal meanings of words that are going to come up in our idioms a little later. Idioms that have to do with family, the family. Bakri, number 3. Can you read that sentence for us?
So some teachers still use to write on blackboard. Chalk.
Yes, of course, chalk. Right. Okay. Bakri, do you know what a do you know what it if you know what it means if somebody makes a chalk outline of your body?
Chalk outline?
Yeah.
No.
You might have seen this in detective movies.
Mm,
No?
no.
The victim of the murderer gets killed. The police draw an outline with chalk around his body. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
On the ground.
On the ground. That's it. You got it. Okay. In any case. All right. Nader, there's now a taboo about blank in public, although it was very common 100 years ago. Spitting. Yes, true. Nader, are there rules about that in your country, about spitting in public? No rules. Nobody cares. Nobody cares where I live in the Philippines either. Even in America, it depends city to city. Some cities have rules and some don't. But you're highly unlikely to get arrested for it in any case. It's just socially not acceptable. A bad night.
Spitting is distance.
What's that, Heidi?
Spitting is distance. I like it.
Okay. All right. Ismail, how about number 5?
Number 5. The blank of an animal is the part we usually eat as meat. The flesh of an animal
Yeah, that's correct.
is the part we usually eat as meat.
Yeah, that's right. The muscle or the flesh. That's right. Talking about it as sort of an abstract concept, flesh is an uncountable noun. That's true. That's right. Okay. Oh, interesting. Interesting related kind of, no, not kind of, definitely idiomatic phrasal verb. Ismail, if I want to flesh out my essay, what does that mean? I'm writing an essay, I need to flesh it out.
Fleshed out.
Yeah, as a verb. Often about writing.
Writing.
Usually.
To gather in a book or?
Well, my essay, not easy. I'm sorry, I meant essay. Easy. Flesh out an essay. I mistyped. You need to add more muscle to it. You need to add more flesh. So if you're fleshing it out, you add more examples, more details. You give it more meat. And in fact, we use also that idiomatic or metaphorical idea. I don't like his essay, it needs more meat. Or a movie. There just wasn't enough meat to the movie. It was just too simple and basic. The characters were really just basic. They
So
needed
I
to
could reinforce it by more examples and more.
reinforce is a good way to put it. That's right.
Oh, okay.
Add more substance to it is another way to say it.
Become more tasty.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Max, we're going back to you for number 6.
When you tie two pieces of string together, you make a knot.
Of course you do. Well, yes. Depending on how you tie them together. Okay. Hey, Max, did you ever learn knots as a kid? Did anyone ever teach you about different types of knots with all the different names?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm just curious if this is
I
something
did.
people learn.
Yeah.
I mean, I was taught these things, but I just was curious if people are actually taught these things anymore. Okay, let's get to the idioms. Like father, like son. All right. We're going to use the following idiomatic expressions in these sentences below. So we're going to continue going around. Baby of the family, fight like cats and dogs, tie the knot. Often used to talk about family. Heidi, starting with you on number 1, please.
Jim is only 5, but he's mad about football, just like his dad. You know what they say. Like his dad, so
Yeah,
like father, like son.
that's it. Like father, like son. Yes, indeed. Very common expression. Another related expression. Let's see if I can remember how it goes. The fruit doesn't fall from the tree. I think that's it.
Yeah, the same in Russian, but we use apple, an apple.
Far from the tree. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. All right. When we're making an observation that the children are very much like, well, usually the father for some reason. Nobody wants to compare the kids to the mother. Why is that? Do you ever notice a chip off the old block? Oh, that's a good one that must be shared. All right. A chip off the same meaning here. Good one. Thank you. Right. I couldn't remember that one. Very good one. But for some reason, and maybe it's because of the male-dominated nature of society for so many years, but when people use this, obviously like father, like son is about males. Fruit doesn't fall far from the tree, chip off the old block. Usually you're talking about males. I don't know, or at least there's an inference you're talking about the father. I don't know if I can't recall any expressions that actually talk about the mother. I'm not sure. One thing I do know, because I have kids, whenever the kids are doing something wrong, my wife says, "Will you get control of your kids?" I notice they're always my kids when they're misbehaving. When they're great, aren't our kids wonderful? Yes, our kids are wonderful. When they're bad, you need to discipline your children. Yeah. Is that, it's a universal? I think so.
Yeah.
I think it is. Happens to all of us. Yeah. We've all heard that one before. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Bakri, number 2.
I have got 2 sisters who are older than me, and then my younger brother Mark, who's 22. He's baby of the family.
Yeah, he's the baby of the family. Okay, he's the youngest in a group of siblings. Bakri, where do you fall in the order of children in your family?
I'm the first one, the oldest.
Okay, you're the eldest.
Eldest.
Yeah, you're the eldest son. All right. Yeah, me too. I can relate. I'm also the eldest in my family. Okay, once again, I almost forgot. I've definitely run out of room on the Verbling chat box. I should have switched over.
Group chat is better.
Group chat, yeah. They've got to fix the Verbling chat box, clearly. Something's wrong with it. That's it. So, anyway, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, the baby of the family. This is very common terminology, and it doesn't matter if you're, if
How old are you?
doesn't matter if you're in your 50s. Once you're the baby of the family, you're the baby of the family forever. That's right. It makes no difference. Yeah, I have a cousin. She's like 40. She's still the baby of the family. Not only my cousin, okay, well, this is a good example. Not only is she the youngest in her family, but of my aunts and uncles, you know, my father, of course, and my aunts and uncles, she was the youngest cousin to be born. So she's not only the baby of her family, her mother and father's family, but of our entire family. She's referred to as the baby of the family. She does something wrong. Oh, you know she's the baby of the family. So she's really stuck. Okay, next one, Midair. They've got 2 daughters, and they look just the same. There they are. They're like 2 peas in a pod. Exactly. Now, this one, while yes, of course, it's used for family, it is also widely used for. This is also widely used for 2 really close friends that are always seen together. All right, the kid and his neighbor they hang out together constantly. If you see one, you see the other. It's also common to talk about that. They're like 2 peas in a pod, or maybe even adults. Like, look, if you're working in an office and there's a couple women in the office, you never see one without the other. They just are constantly yakking to each other. They sit next to each other. They're always together. Even as adults, you could use this, and it would be very normal. Okay, Nader shares, like a bean that has been split into 2 halves. Okay, very similar. The legume theme there. Okay, and there they are. 2 peas in a pod. Okay, moving on. Just a second, let me greet Ken. Hello, Ken.
Yes, hello. How are you?
I'm doing okay, thanks. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
All right, we'll come around to you in just a little bit, actually, after Ishmael. Ishmael, number 4, please.
Number 4. Sam isn't the best person for the job, but his father made him head of marketing in the family business, as you know. Blood is thicker than water.
Yeah, very good. Okay. The idea being, of course, that you're going to give priority to family members. This could be in any situation, taking up an argument, taking sides in an argument, in the workplace for hiring or promotion. We even use it, I've even seen it referenced to talk about countries that are closely aligned, that may come from the same ethnic background. I've seen it in writing. I just recently, very recently, I read it in an article or something referring to countries. So, yeah. Okay, Ken, next one. Number 5.
Okay, my brother and his girlfriend have finally decided to blank. They are getting married in the spring. Finally decided. 2 peas in a pod.
No, Ken, you missed that part. 2 peas in a pod. Here they are. 2 people that look alike,
Okay.
or 2 people that hang out together all the time. They just spend time with each other.
Tie the knot.
Tie the knot. There we go. Now, we have lots of euphemisms, lots of idioms for getting married. Do you know any others, Ken? Tie the knot?
Tie the knot. Getting married. I don't know.
And Nader has one. Walk down the aisle. Get hitched. That's it. Very good. They're getting hitched. Much like a much like a team of horses or a team of mules or a team of oxen to pull a cart. You get hitched. We say the same thing for animals that are going to pull a cart. We need to hitch the horses. So when you get hitched, all right, you're getting hitched to pull the wagon. All right, walk down the aisle, tie the knot. You guys know any interesting in your own language metaphors for getting married? Pop the question means if you're going to pop the question, you're going to ask someone to get married. Yeah, so very much related. Right. Yeah. To propose. Okay. You guys know any? You guys don't have any crazy ones in your languages? Kind of surprised. All right. Fine. Okay. On we go. Number 6. Back to you, Max.
I get on very well with my brother now, but we used to when we were younger. We used to... Please?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, fight like cat and dog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
the
know.
same in Russian, yeah.
Really? Okay. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but Americans always say fight like cats and dogs. Well, I know why, because cats and dogs are countable nouns, and I'm talking about them in general. So, why are British people saying it like this? I don't know. It doesn't even make sense. Fight like cats and dogs. Okay. Oh, I just thought of this. I really have to share this with you in case you hear it. Another related to getting married. Let's see if anybody knows this. There's a wedding where the couple are getting married because the woman is pregnant. Does anybody know what that's called? Anybody have an idea? Okay, the idea being cover-up marriage. Nice try. No, it's actually much funnier than that. The idea being that, okay, the farmer's daughter would become pregnant, so the farmer would go get his shotgun, and before you know it, they'd be getting married. So it's still called a shotgun marriage. As in the father of the girl is going to grab his shotgun and you best be getting married. It's true. It's very widely used. It is a funny one, but it's absolutely true, and it's absolutely used a lot. Of course, it would be considered rude to, I can't just ask you, so, oh, you're getting married? Is it a shotgun marriage? That would be very rude, of course.
Can you say it again? Sorry, I didn't get it.
A shotgun marriage. The woman is pregnant before the wedding. Okay. So the idea being that the father of the bride would grab his shotgun and force the marriage. If he had to literally poke the gun in the guy's back to bring him to the church, then that's it. So a shotgun. Shotgun, a form of weapon, of course. Kind of rifle. Yeah. And it's still, you can't ask somebody, that's something you talk about people. You can't say it directly to people. That would be extremely rude, of course. I heard it's a shotgun wedding, like in gossip, you would say that. Okay. Fighting like cats and dogs. All right. What's next here? Number 7, Heidi.
Everyone expected Susan to go to university like the rest of us, but she got a job in a casino, in a ship.
She's.
On flesh and blood?
No.
No.
She's different than everybody else.
Different, not black sheep, right?
Yeah, that's right. She's
black sheep, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sheep are white, of course. Yeah. So if you're the black sheep of the family, that means you're unusual in your family. You're different, and that can be referred to in this example, not in the family business, I guess. Or
Yeah,
no, not going to
I
university.
checked it. The signs trouble with them. So I thought it's a black sheep.
Yeah, no, just means you're different in some way, and it doesn't matter what way. It could be because you're a criminal or you get in a lot of trouble. It could be just because you're completely different. Everybody in your family are policemen, for example, and you're not. You're something completely a school teacher, something entirely different. Nader, okay. Nader says that they're called the black duck about somebody who's not treated in a fair way. Ah. No, okay, the black sheep is not, it's not necessarily about how they're treated, it's the fact that they're very different. It's usually disparaging, but it does not really have to be negative. It usually is. Being the black sheep of my family, I find it to be a compliment. And in fact, most people who are called the black sheep in their family take it as a compliment, although everyone else means it as a negative insult. They usually say, "That's right, glad to be different." My family are a bunch of idiots. Are you kidding me? Of course I'm the black sheep. Proud of it. It's funny but true. Okay. Bakri, number 8. Here, where are we here? Number 8 here. Ooh. Down here on the bottom.
Yeah, my son's in trouble with the police. I normally have no sympathy with people who break the law, but it's difficult when it's your own flesh and blood.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, my flesh and blood to talk about, obviously talk about family. He's flesh and blood. We can't just turn him out on the street. We have to help him, right. This can be used in many different circumstances. You know, your kid hits a home run in the baseball game. Yeah, that's my flesh and blood. You could use it to brag about him. You could use it as an excuse why you're helping him. You could, really any way that you would say, well, he's family. Okay. All right. Another round. All right. Completely new round with new words. Cheese. How are we going to use cheese to talk about family? Interesting. Okay. We're going to figure it out. All right. Nader, starting with you. Look at Marie. She's the spitting blank of her mother, isn't she? Spitting image. Yeah. Very common. Just 2-word phrase. Or really the. We always the spitting image. She's the spitting image of her mother. To talk about people, splitting image makes more sense. Yeah, funny. Probably true. I don't know why. I don't know how this ever. I don't know. I don't know the history behind this idiom. I don't know. That's called the etymology. I have no idea. But yeah, used about people. It would be weird to have, you know, your cat has kittens and you say, oh, look at this one. It's the spitting image of the other one. That would sound strange. Or about objects. It's always about people. The origins of spitting image. Okay. What does it say? Well, now I want to know, but don't really have time to do both. Oops. Okay. Maybe we'll come back to that. They have some theories. It's one of those where they have theories. If you guys ever read about idioms and expressions, it's funny because there's pretty much always theories. Nobody really knows how they started. Anyway, moving on. Ismail. Number 2.
Number 2, Pippa's going to medical school. She is following in her father's footsteps.
Very good. Absolutely. Now here's one that could be used for father or mother. Following in her mother's footsteps, following in her father's You can add following in her grandfather's footsteps, whomever. So that has variations with whoever you're trying to compare the person to. Often used about occupation, absolutely most common probably, but also sometimes used about behavior. Okay. All right. So, Ismail, did you follow in your father's footsteps?
No.
No. Me
Even
neither.
there is no any similarity between me and my father. My father made a lot of mistakes. That's why I couldn't have to a right to make any mistake actually. Okay.
You learned by his mistakes. Well, good for you.
Yeah, yes. It
Yeah.
was a wonderful example for me.
Yeah. I have, you know how some families have like their policeman, the grandfather's a policeman, and the uncle and the cousin, and half the family are policemen, or firemen, or military, or so on, so on, and so on. My family, my grandfather and my father and my uncle, and my uncle on my father's side, my uncle on my mother's side, were all electricians. They did electrical work. Not me. I turn on a light switch and I electrocute myself. So didn't think that was for me. Anyway.
You are a black sheep?
I am the black sheep. I said that before, didn't I? Yes, I am. For multiple reasons, but that's just one of them. I did not really follow the family business. Had their own company and everything, and I just, no. Okay, Ken. Number 4.
Okay. I've got Scottish blood. My grandparents on my mother's side originally came from Glasgow.
Yeah, okay. It can be confusing when people talk about their relatives in English. For some reason, I must say Americans are really fixated on where their ancestors came from. Obviously, well, because they don't have that long a history as a country. So everyone in America, nobody says they're American. Nobody just says, I'm American. Everyone says, well, I'm 1/4 Scottish, 1/4 American Indian, 1/4 French, and 1/4 Kenyan, whatever. They'll give you all the statistics of quarters, and my blood is this and that, and yeah, you're likely to get the litany. So my advice for you guys: don't ask an American
The origin.
where your blood is. They'll bore you to death. In addition, my grandparents on my mother's side. Yeah. I don't know about in your cultures, but in American culture, I have one cousin, for example, and she's in charge of the family tree. She traced the family back to the American Revolution. She knows every relative and their name and where they live and their address. Every Christmas, she sends Christmas cards to every single person with her current life story up to date and everybody else's.
That's great.
It's great.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is. It is great, but it's also kind of annoying. She always wants to know what exactly you're doing, and she always has her nose in everyone's business all at once. But anyway, she's really boring to talk to because she'll say, wow, your daughter looks just like your grandmother's cousin on her mother's side, twice removed. What are you talking about? I don't know or care what you're talking about. So anyway, they have on my mother's side of the family, on my father's side of the family, it's very common. Does she keep an album? Yeah, she keeps a giant poster of a family tree with all our names on it. And photographs. Yeah, it's stuck to this giant poster. And albums, a multitude of albums, not just one. A great multitude.
Mm.
She's a family historian. Anyway, uh, she really is. Well, she loves it. I guess it's kind of cool. It's really cool to know that my family goes back to the American Revolution. Although it's embarrassing to know how. It turns out that my great 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 whatever grandfather was a deserter from the British Army. He was a lieutenant, and he ran away into the American forest and founded my family. Yay! So I come from a family of cowards, but smart cowards. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I'm, embarrassed, but yet still proud. Who knows? Okay, where are we here? I think. Okay. Oh, that was Ken. So I'm going all the way back to Max, I guess. Max, number 7.
I got a letter. I got a letter today from a long lost.
Where are you? I think it's number 5.
Okay. But you said 7.
I did? Oh, I didn't even hear what came out of my own mouth. Okay.
George
Okay.
is very interested in his family's history. He can trace his family tree, maybe, back to 1550.
Family tree. I just mentioned it. My cousin has a giant, literally, it's like shaped like a tree, a picture of a tree in the background. Yeah, we call it your family tree, your entire family history. Max, how far does your family history go back? That you know
Actually,
of course.
yeah, I don't know a lot about my. Actually, I know only about my grandmother. That's it.
Yeah.
It's very strange. Yeah.
I think that's actually fairly normal. You know what happened? Actually, I can tell you exactly what happened. In, I don't know, late 70s or early 80s, there was a famous book and then a movie called Roots. And it was the story of African American that became slaves and then became free. But anyway, the whole movie, this giant, really long movie, was about him tracing his family tree back to Africa, yada yada. So it became like this hobby for people. And I suppose my cousin was at an impressionable age at the time. So anyway, that's where it started with her. Anyway, moving on. Heidi, number 6.
6. Everyone in my family plays a musical instrument. Music runs in the family.
Okay. What runs in your family,
Mm.
Heidi?
hmm
What runs in your family? Could be anything.
Music talent.
Musical talent?
Talented. The music.
Okay.
Music.
You know, some people's family may be hot temper runs in their family. I've seen that before. Maybe alcoholism runs in their.
Perfect tune.
What?
Perfect tune. Inside.
Perfection?
Perfect tune.
Perfect tune. Oh, okay. Well, okay, maybe. But what I'm trying to express to you is many things can run in your family, negative or positive. Ability to make money runs in his family. Hot temper runs in his family. Depression runs in his family. Really, literally can be almost anything. but more often than not, it's abstract things, actually. Well, it's always abstract things. Okay, Bakrit, number 7.
I got a letter today from a long lost in Australia. I didn't even know existed. He's coming to visit in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
Side.
No.
Footsteps. Relative.
A long-lost relative.
Yes.
Right. Have you ever met a long-lost relative?
It's a long time ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah. It's so weird.
It's a weird thing. See somebody who's related to you never didn't even know existed.
Yeah, I know. I met someone once I came to United States. I didn't realize that he's a relative. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's strange.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, another very common, and it's a long lost relative, just like that. When we say it, it's always exactly the same way. Okay, Nader. My sister and I look alike, but when it comes to personality, we're like chalk and cheese. Okay. Got to be very British. I've never heard an American say we're like chalk and cheese. Okay, I guess obviously completely different depending. I guess chalk and cheese are completely different depending on where you are. Now, see, I have a hard time with this being a British statement because I think their cheese tastes just like chalk. Yeah. If British people could hear me now, they would hate me forever. Just kidding, just a joke. Okay, I like chalk and cheese. All right. It kind of sounds like Chuck E. Cheese, I have to say. Okay. A couple more notes. Okay, we talked about a long-lost relative, someone you haven't seen for many years. A distant relative is like your cousin's cousin. Your second cousin is like your uncle or your aunt's cousin is your second cousin. Your cousin's cousin that's like once removed. I don't even know how that works. As I was saying earlier, English speakers tell you about their far distant relatives. I don't even understand it. We have once removed, twice removed, 3 times removed. Removed, I think, means by marriage. I'm not even sure. Okay. Although my sister lives in America, we're very close. All right, if you're very close to someone, that doesn't have to be. It could be family or friends or coworkers. Could be anyone. You're close emotionally. Okay. Very good. All right. Review. Looking back at the idioms, which ones match the definition below? Ken, number 1.
A relative who you have never met or not seen for a long time. Lost. Oh, that means
keyword. Hint. Lost.
Yeah. Lost. Lost relative.
Yeah, long lost relative.
Long lost relative.
Yeah, yes. If you just say lost relative, then somebody thinks your cousin wandered off or your sister wandered off. They think she's actually physically lost, like in the forest. So you have to say long lost relative, or people will think she's actually physically lost.
Okay.
All right. How about you? Have you ever met a long lost relative, Ken?
Somewhat, yeah. My American relative, I met her again. For after a long period, they returned to America. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's a theme many of you may have. Long lost relatives in America. Yes,
They forgot Japanese.
that's where they all went. They all went to America. Every one of you has relatives there. Yeah. Okay. Max, number 2.
The member of family who seems to get into trouble or has made bad choices. Black sheep?
Yeah. Again, it's usually negative because the rest of the family all acts the same way and they think they're right. So they think the way you think is wrong, no matter if it's wrong or not. Maybe they're all wrong.
In Russian we say like white crow.
The white
And
crow.
yeah, and every family has black sheep. Black sheep.
Okay. Yeah, right. That's also an expression in America, in English. I mean, every family has its black sheep. Actually, you're right. I should have mentioned that. That's also just a saying that we have. I need to think of a joke. A white crow, a black duck, and a black sheep walk into a bar. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Yeah. Anyway. It's a classic beginning to a joke if you don't understand that. You talk about 3 totally different people walking into a bar and then something happens. Okay, anyway. It could be a puzzle. Could be a brain teaser. Yeah, you're right. Ooh, could definitely be. Okay, number 3, Bakri.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bakri.
No?
It's a Heidi role, I think. Yeah, just like okay. Okay, brothers or sisters who look just like each other. Piece of pod.
Peas in a pod.
Piece on a pod.
Peas in a pod. Yeah. Gotta say the whole thing. They're like peas in a pod.
Piece in a pod. Yeah.
Yeah, or yeah, they are like peas in a pod, or maybe they're peas in a pod. You can say it without the they are like, but it's clearer. Yeah, it's clearer if you say they're like peas in a pod. Okay. And again, maybe not British. Maybe British it has to be brothers and sisters, but Americans it can be anybody who looks like each other, or 2 people that are just always with each other. People, they're always with each other, hanging out together. They're peas in a pod, or they are attached at the hip. To talk about 2 people that are always together. They're attached at the hip. Because you never see one without the other. They are attached at the hip is often used for couples, especially young, in love couples. It's kind of annoying. You never get to hang out with your old friend because he's constantly with his girlfriend. So you might criticize them and say, God, they're attached at the hip. I can't talk to him for 2 minutes alone. Okay, moving on. Nader, number 5, a situation when loyalty to family...
You skipped me completely.
I did? Okay, I'm sorry.
Number 4 was my turn.
Oh, okay, can you do number 5 then, please?
No.
Sorry.
No.
Okay. Sorry, accidents happen. Are you sure? I mean, it's not a problem. Okay. Nader, a situation when loyalty to family is more important than more important that?
No, number 4. No.
Oh, okay. I'm getting all confused today. Sorry, we have days like that, all right? Too much coffee this morning. Okay, number 4, right. Oh, okay. Heidi, can you do number 4?
No, I wanted to do 3.
Okay, well, I can't. I don't have a time machine. I'd love to construct you one, but
So
sorry, I made a slight mistake. My apologies. Sorry.
I said my turn, but you couldn't hear me.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Now I'm all confused. All right. I guess Nader, a situation when the parents are divorced or separated. Oh, I don't think we did this one. Broken home. Yeah, I don't think we actually did. We actually even see that anywhere, or did we miss it? We might have missed something else. Okay, a broken home. Well, this is the definition right here. Parents are separated or divorced, or frankly, one of the parents died as well. We would refer to it as a broken home. Oh, we didn't answer it. Oh, okay. See, I missed something else today, too. Sorry, you know what? I only got about... Heidi, you remember in our earlier class I said that I only got about 2 hours of sleep and you only got about 2 hours of sleep? This is what happens. I hope you can be forgiving because you had the same problem. Okay. Ken, how about number 5?
Okay, a situation when loyalty to family is more important than anything else. Thicker than blood or something?
Well, you got it twisted around here. Blood is thicker than water.
Blood is thicker than water, yeah.
Okay, blood is thicker than water. And Ken, I know this looks like loyalty. And also, Ken, you get a bonus question. Can you spot the problem with the sentence 5? There's a typo, a grammar error.
Loyalty to family sounds strange to me.
No, that's fairly normal.
Situation when loyalty to family is more important than that is down.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. It's supposed to be than rather than that. Okay. Okay. Yes, it's supposed to be then. That's absolutely bad English. That's not correct. Okay. Okay, we're going around again. Max. Number 6.
When a child looks just like one of the parents. Yeah, splitting image? I'm not sure.
Nader has brainwashed you. No, it's not splitting image, it's spitting image.
Spitting image.
You said it would make more sense if it, and I agree, if it was the splitting image, because they look exactly alike. Right. So, right. It's a spitting image is actually, even though splitting image makes a lot more sense. Oh, okay. All right. Little revision. Oh, we've got hardly any time, but maybe we can zip through these. Heidi, do you know number 1? Okay. No. Number 1?
The black sheep of the
Oh, there's a trick here.
family.
Black sheep of the family.
Yeah, but they are not family.
Yeah. But then look at.
Okay. I don't need to choose from the.
No, it's a review.
Family.
Yeah, black sheep of the family. And then number 2, Bakri.
The baby of the family.
The baby of the family. And number 3, Nader.
Same.
It runs in the family. And Ken, number 4, like father, like family. No, you're wrong.
Like father, like son.
Yeah, that's right. The first three answers are all family. That's right. Like father, like son. Okay. One acts just like the other. Max,
Your own flesh and blood.
your own flesh and blood. Okay. That's one I hate. Heidi, I hate because this is supposed to be plural.
A fight like cat and dogs.
Yeah, it should be
Cat
cats.
and dogs.
It should be cats and dogs because
Cats and dogs.
3 cats, 6 dogs. You can count. They're countable nouns, so they should have a plural s ending when you're talking about them in a general way. So, anyway, otherwise it should be fight like a cat and a dog, right? So I find that one annoying in the British manner. Prefer the American style. Bakri, number 7.
Like peas in a pot.
Indeed. Okay. Their blood is thicker than juice. Yeah, you read my mind. I was actually thinking that. I really was. I'm not kidding. Ken, like chalk and
Chalk and cheese.
yeah,
Like chalk and cheese.
like chalk and cheese, like British cuisine.
Do you
Chalk and
know the American version of this?
like fire and water, or like oil and water. Actually,
Okay.
right? Something that are totally different. Yeah, they get along like oil and water because when you pour oil into water, they separate immediately. Oil and water. Actually, thank you. I forgot to mention that. And Max, finally.
Follow in his father's footsteps.
Okay, father's footsteps. That's it. Thank you very much. Sorry if I missed a couple exercises or skipped anyone. I'm a little tired today. I'll try to get more sleep. Bye for now. See you guys again soon.
Okay.
Bye.